For years, Mitsubishi has not launched a new model in the Indian car industry. In fact, fans and enthusiasts have been left wanting for more. However, it seems the Japanese giant is finally waking up to the needs of Indian car buyers. Ladies and gentlemen, say hello to the new Outlander and welcome to Car Talks YouTube channel. I'm your host Bunny PUNIA and I'll tell you why this 7-seat Japanese SUV should be on your radar in the 30 to 40 lakh rupee bracket. So stay tuned, grab your popcorns and subscribe to our channel for more such videos in the future. Now if you're looking for a muscular and a butch looking SUV, this is not for you. The Outlander is more in the segment of large crossovers like the CR-V, and trust us, there is a growing demand for understated vehicles in India. And in this regard, I like the front appeal of the Outlander. The sharp nose, the long bonnet and the ever essential DRLs and the LED headlamp. The 16-inch wheels do look small, but the large side walls come in handy for a great ride. Side on, you do realize the length, and the rear again keeps a low profile. You do get LED lights though. And finishing the package is a sunroof. So that's how the Outlander looks. And things on the inside? So while the exteriors of the Outlander can be termed as smart, I can't say the same thing about the interiors. In fact, disappointment sets in once you are in the cabin. Don't get me wrong over here, it's a comfortable space to be, good seats, very good visibility. The A-pillars are not very thick, so for shorter drivers it's a good point. But the issue here is the whole design of the fascia. It does not belong to 2018. There are a lot of empty spaces over here, blank spaces which could have been used for other functions. You do get a cigarette lighter in this era and the cup holders are nicely placed over here. The seats are ventilated for heat, not for cool from over here. Generous space under the armrest, but the armrest will not give you a slide option. Apart from that, I love the wide footwell area, but if I'm paying 35 lakh rupees for a SUV, I want this to be electrochromatic and not manual. So decent stuff up front apart from the dated cabin, but good space, good visibility. Things at the back, let's check out. The things in the second row of the Outlander are surprisingly very good. I will start with the visibility part first. Well, even for shorter passengers, you will not feel hammered in. You sit slightly higher up, so visibility is very good over here, and the large windows only help in the airiness. They also roll down almost completely flat. Second on is the space factor. This one is positioned for my height. I stand 6 feet tall, and yet you can see there is a good 4 to 5 inches of gap between my knee and the back of the front seat. Likewise, the headroom is also quite nice, couple of inches of space left over here. The central transmission tunnel is also not very huge, so it will not interfere into the leg space of the third passenger. So yes, you can seat 3 at the back with quite ease. You get your pockets in the back of the seats. The door pads are not as big as the front ones, but you can still put a couple of small bottles over here. The armrest has cup holders in case you are two at the back. So things are quite nice in terms of your comfort factor, the visibility factor, but there are two issues at the back. First, and the big issue, are the lack of AC vents. Now this is okay for European use, but for India, guys, we need to have AC vents at the back. And second, there is no charging option in terms of the outlet provided for the second row passengers. Things at the back, well, I'll try to fit in. So as you can see, I will not be trying to put my frame, my large frame, into the third row of seats over here, because frankly, this is a 5+2 setup, so this is only best for small adults or children which are not over, say, 5 feet. On the plus point, you have your charging points that side, 2 cup holders and places to keep your mobile phone or your wallets right here. Also, the ones who will sit here will definitely be enjoying the Rockford system because the woofer is right at that corner. So guys, that was about the space and comfort in the first 3 rows. Time to check out the boot space. As you can see, the boot space of the Outlander with the third row in place is quite decent. I have an overnight mid-size suitcase and I have a very large shoulder bag, and yet enough space at both the ends. Of course, if you want more space, you can very easily flip the last row forward. They do fold flat, enough space to possibly put in a washing machine. Now the USP of the Outlander for me is the way it drives and the way it rides. The driving part first. This one comes with a 2.4 litre naturally aspirated petrol motor, which is paired to a 6-speed CVT, and all-wheel drive is also standard. Now this one puts out approximately just under 170 PS of power, which is decent enough for a petrol engine of this size, and the torque stands at just over 220 Newton meters. Now standalone, in isolation, these figures are quite nice, but if you look at the rivals, the options available in this price band, including the diesel options, then yes, these figures will not seem very impressive. In terms of driving on a daily basis, what I like is the setup. The petrol and the CVT setup works very well. In fact, the CVT gearbox is able to extract the maximum possible or the best possible performance for city usage. Up till approximately 3000 RPM, it's very nice for typical driving in your rush hour traffic, or while going to office early in the morning, or even out while cruising on the highway. It performs actually very well. This includes the path throttle response, but when you floor it, when you want to go fast, it becomes vocal, momentum picks up, but not as quick as you would have wanted. Don't get me wrong, flat out it will do 100 in under 11 seconds, and it does cruise very well on the highways. 2000 RPM is just over 100 kmph. So outright performance, the rubber band effect does come into the picture. Outright performance is not its forte, but for city usage, for most driving patterns, for most drivers, the petrol CVT setup does just fine. Also, because this is not a diesel, so there is no unwanted diesel clatter, vibrations, the booming effect or the noise. The cabin is a very quiet place, and you can actually have a peaceful conversation with people sitting or kids sitting in the third row. In terms of kitna deti hai, well, since morning we have been getting 8.1 kmpl, which includes a mix of expressway towards Greater Noida, a shoot location, and then driving in the Noida area. So overall 8.1 may seem less, but for a car of this size and a 2.4 litre engine, this economy is perfect for a CVT SUV. In traffic conditions, you can expect approximately 7, but the magic is when roads open up. It's a CVT, unlimited ratios. When the roads open up, the RPM starts dropping a lot. As I said, at 2000 RPM you're doing over 100 kmph, and at these speeds with the AC running, you can easily get 13 kmph. The second part is the riding, which is also very good. The ride quality, the suspension is really good on the Outlander, and this is something that will keep passengers both sitting up front, in the middle row and at the back very, very comfortable. No matter where you drive, all kinds of roads, smooth, speed breakers like this one or broken tarmac, the Outlander remains unfazed, and this is actually a very good point about this vehicle in the segment. Steering is also quite nice, again given the size of the vehicle. It's not really light at parking speeds, but as speeds increase, the feedback remains, and you can actually throw the Outlander into long throwing curves or a corner or a roundabout, and while doing so, the Outlander actually tends to shrink its size. It behaves more like a compact SUV than a long 7-seat SUV, and that will keep enthusiasts happy. Another part about the driving and ride thing is, as a driver, you remain very stress-free, because the Outlander is a stress-free car to drive for most occasions. It's quiet, visibility is very nice, the CVT works very well, the brakes are good, you have this on both the ends, on all the 4 wheels. So as a driver, fatigue will not set in even for long drives, and that is another good point about the Outlander. Right then, if you're still watching the video, here is my verdict on the new Mitsubishi Outlander. I love the way it looks in a very smart, understated manner, and this will go down well with those who want to lie low. Second is the ride quality, simply fabulous. Third is the fuss-free city experience thanks to this petrol CVT setup. In fact, being a petrol engine, there are no unwanted noises or diesel clatter on the inside. And finally, the safety parameter and essential features on offer. The sunroof, the power driver's seat, all-wheel drive, LEDs, the fabulous audio system, and so on. Yes, I agree, space is an issue, and so is the cabin design. but the Outlander will create its own niche in the segment given the rising demand for SUVs which are petrol driven and the ever strict diesel norms. So if you're in the market looking for a 5+2 large comfortable SUV and do not like oil burners, this one should be given a serious look. What do you feel about the Outlander? Let us know in the comment section below, and to watch more such videos, you know what to do, subscribe to our channel. So guys, till the next time, drive safe and do not forget to wear the seatbelt.